Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching DinkKaDink, and I'm terribly sorry, I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce the nickname. Now he is in his Yamato, the tier 10 Japanese battleship. He is on the map Hotspot in a 3-point domination game mode, and well, it's obviously a tier 10 battle. Now it looks like the enemies got one more tier 10, but they've also more tier 8, so yeah, bit balances out. Now, as always, I've got this replay from aetamreplays.com and I will put the link in the video description. So, at the beginning of the battle, we see him here moving towards A, which I guess is pretty normal. The friendly team here is going towards C, for those who started on the other side. And we see a friendly destroyer who is hopefully going to capture A and provide some vision. You always want to be careful, you don't want to drive straight into A with a battleship, because you are somewhat in an enclosed space and you have to be wary of torpedoes. So you might want to stick a bit behind and give fire support. I'm not the biggest fan of this left part here, because simply you have an island between you and the point and you can't actually support an offense on this point, so I don't see much point in going here. Other than, yeah, maybe stopping an enemy pushing here. Now you see the friendly team, they have people capturing A. And we see our Yamato here firing his first shots, and he got a couple of hits. Now obviously what you might want to do is slow these enemies down. I mean, as long as they are here, they can't really do anything. And if you control A, you can simply like hold the line and defend the point. Also seems the friendly team is has already started to capture point C. Point B is probably falling to the enemies, no friendly ship cares about it, that's fine I guess. Fortunately those shells missed. And we see the Yamato here slowing down. There is absolutely no reason to push towards those enemies. You also want to be aware that there might be torpedoes coming around this island. So staying here is somewhat torpedo safe, unless a destroyer really just goes aggressive and drives around that island. And here is in a good position to hopefully stop the advancing force. It also seems that the enemies don't really try to contest A at all, which is pretty nice. Now there is a friendly cruiser and a battleship here somewhere behind, providing fire support. I guess I would like the battleship to be a little bit farther at the front, because it's easier to like hit if you're closer. And there are torpedoes incoming. As you can see, I mean, as long as he's staying here behind this island, the only way to get torpedoed is if the enemy really comes around that corner. And that might be a death sentence for destroyer, and most people probably aren't willing to die, even if they have a chance of taking out the Yamato. Now, friendly destroyer is coming here. A is secured, so the destroyer is now helping out. Might shoot some of his torpedoes towards those advancing hordes. And maybe he can also provide some vision to make sure the destroyer isn't actually sneaking up here. A nice citadel here, team. Now, not sure, this Fubuki might just try to risk it. Not quite there yet, I think. Oh, thankfully those ships are nice enough to show broadside, which should end very badly for them. Yes, something like that. Oh, friendly Yamato here is slowly reversing, so that there's really no point in trying to push around this corner. All he has to do here is defend. Although it might seem that this cruiser is sneaking into A. But, I mean, there are some friendly ships behind, and yes, somebody is capturing A. It's not even a cruiser, so there's a destroyer there. We gotta be careful, there could be torpedoes coming from behind. And some very nice hit that hits the enemy, survives with 16 HP, that's sad. Now, driving straight into A wouldn't be a good idea, probably when there is a destroyer in there. The friendly destroyer unfortunately doesn't seem interested in defending A at the moment, but I guess he's helping out here, so that's fine. And you know, the Fubuki has finally decided it is time for his moment of glory. Yamato is slowing down. I think he can avoid few of those. Ooh, that was close. Yeah. That was still a lot of damage, but... And the secondaries took care of the destroyer. Now the Yamagi is left. And there goes the Yamagi. So... very nicely done. So he took a beating, but he held his corner. There are a lot of enemies gone now, and unfortunately they lost A. So he's probably now sailing around here. I mean, Yamato doesn't turn that well, so turning around and going that way towards A would be faster, so... good idea just to go forward now. Way is clear and then take A. He has a destroyer here with him who will hopefully provide some vision, so doesn't get ambushed. And there seems to be a cruiser who is going towards A as well. This battleship here behind probably was assisting here with sniping from a distance. I'd really love to see that battleship somewhere at the front. Now the friendly team is still controlling C. Seems to be a battle for E, and I guess those friendlies are now here are pushing towards B now. Despite everything, the enemy does have a lead still. So we'll see how that turns out. And look at that. Might be a cruiser showing broadside. How nice of him. There is also a Shimakaze here, who is probably the primary target at the moment. And this island is still providing torpedo cover. So the Shimakaze is dealt with. And I mean, you could wait here and make sure there are no torpedoes coming. I guess he decides he rather be pushing towards B as fast as he can. And there is a Yamato and low health sailing broadside on. I guess that Yamato is going to die. Yep. Now they can capture A in peace, I guess, and then meet up with surviving members of the team and probably all converge towards B and take that. Now they're probably losing C. There are ships coming in, but it shouldn't much matter if they know all just converge towards B, unite their forces and take that point. It's looking rather decent, I guess. But it's still anyone's game, and there is a large torpedo ball coming here. Fortunately, the Hindenburg survived that. Looks like he's taking one torpedo, but the repair is ready, so the flooding can be stopped, and the Yamato does have a lot of hit. Now that Hindenburg should die with the next salvo. And that Benson is also really low, but it... Well, I mean, hitting a destroyer can be a bit tricky. Unfortunately, those shells missed. So they have almost lost C, there is nothing they can do about that. But all friendly ships at least are somewhat meeting up here. And well, that Iowa doesn't have a lot of support, I guess. And hey, he's showing broadside to a Yamato. Yeah, I mean, he might just be trying to turn his ship around, but that's always a problem. If you turn your ship around, you are forced to show broadside at some point. And well, there goes the battleship. Now 2 destroyers and a cruiser are left. I mean, this is still anyone's game. Some decent hits, but the Ibuki is still kicking, and there is a Benson, there are probably torpedoes incoming. This island is somewhat preventing him from turning, I guess. Okay, not really. And the Shimakaze can hopefully deal with the Benson. Looks like those torpedoes were launched against the destroyer, not the Yamato. There are some torpedoes incoming, but they aren't even close, so... That's a threat dealt with. Ibuki is kinda low, so... They did lose another ship, but... They can get the Ibuki... Yep, they can get her, so only a destroyer is left. And the destroyer gets finally spotted. So this should end pretty soon. Most likely there are torpedoes in the water, and yes, here they are. The Shimakaze might die before the torpedoes even arrive, so... And... there you go. Now let's take a look at the results. 3,292 base experience, that's very nicely done. And 9 kills, that's certainly amazing. Now he started off aggressively, held the left flank, and then just helped retake A and push towards B. I like to see some aggressive battleship play, and this was certainly, for me, a very interesting game to watch. He managed to score 12 Citadel hits and 237,000 damage. Quite a bunch of achievements. So, I hope you liked watching this game, I certainly did, and I'll see you guys next time.